Welcome back to another video with teacher Satya, guys. Now in the next series of videos I will be doing something which I've never done before. All right, so I will be solving the whole past paper of IGCSE 0580/11 May-June 2019 paper. All right guys, now let's get to it. Alright, so first of all guys, I will be dividing this paper into three parts, so make sure you watch all of them to get a better understanding of this exam. All right, so we totally have 1 hour, so we can use geometrical instruments, electronic calculator and tracing paper. All right, so let's get to the first question, boys and girls. So first one, we got to convert 3/4 as a decimal. Now if you use a calculator, or if you don't want to use a calculator, we know that 3 divided by 4 is immediately 0.75, right guys, 0.75. The next one, work out $1.20 as a percentage of $16. So we have $1.20 over 16, and whenever we talk about percentage we multiply with 100, right guys? So what we have here, so $1.20 or 1.2 multiplied with 100 will give us 120 over 16, and 120 over 16, if you use the help of a calculator, we get 7.5, right guys, which is 7.5. Now next question guys, they want us to factorize, so let's bring out the greatest common factor, so which is y, right guys, which is y, open bracket. So we have 5y over y minus 6py over y. Now in all of these questions guys, I'll be doing it step by step so you guys can understand it. All right, so in this one guys, y will simplify, y will simplify, so the answer we have is y inside bracket 5 minus 6p. All right guys, 5 minus 6p. Now question number 4 guys, a bag contains green balls and red balls only. A ball is taken at random from the bag. The probability of taking a green ball is 0.38. Therefore the probability of taking a red ball would be 1 minus with 0.38, which is equal to 0.62, right guys, 0.62, because there are only two balls in the bag, right? Now if one of the ball is 0.38, the other one will be 1 minus 0.38. Now let's go to the next one guys. So we are looking for a blue ball. There are no blue balls in the bag, so the probability is 0, right guys, probability is 0. Now here on Monday, the temperature at midday is 4 degrees Celsius and the temperature at midnight is minus 3 degrees Celsius. Work out the difference between these two temperatures. So we have 4 minus with minus 3, which is equal to 4 plus 3. Therefore, the difference is 7. So the difference is 7 degrees Celsius. Now question B guys, on Wednesday the temperature at midday was negative 1 degree Celsius. By 7 p.m. the temperature has fallen by 4 degrees Celsius. Work out the temperature at 7 p.m. So at midday it was negative 1 degree Celsius, and then it fell by 4 degrees. So fell means minus, right? So minus 4 degrees Celsius, which is equal to negative 5 degrees Celsius. All right guys, negative 5 degrees Celsius. Now the next one guys, we know that the volume of a cuboid is 180 cubic centimeter. The base is a square of side, length 6 centimeter. Calculate the height of a cuboid, right? So we know that the volume is, what is the volume of a cuboid guys? So length times width times height, right? Now we know in this question the volume is 180, which is equal to the length, which is a side, which is 6, multiplied with the width is also 6, because in a square the sides are equal and the base is a square, right guys, multiplied with the height. So what do we have? 180 is equal to 36 times height. Therefore 180 divided by 36 is equal to height. Therefore height is equal to 5 centimeter. So 5 centimeter will be the height. All right guys, now let's go to question number 7. All right, question number 7, write the following numbers in standard form. All right guys, so this one, what do we have? It's pretty easy. So we have 6.4 multiplied with 10 to the power of 5, multiplied with 10 to the power of 5, right guys? Now in this one, what do we have? We have 4 decimal places and the number is going right hand side of the decimal. So we would have 6 multiplied with 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, which is -4. All right, guys, 6 times 10 to the power of -4. Now let's go to the next one, guys. All right, work out this. So this is pretty easy. So 4 minus 1 will give us 3, right, guys? 4 minus 1 will give us 3, and -2, -5 will give us -7. That's it, guys. We are finished. That's it. Now in the next one, we will be multiplying, right? So 6 times 3 is 18. And for the bottom part, 6 times 0 is 0. That's it, guys. Pretty easy. We are finished. Now let's go to the next question. So of course, in this kind of question, guys, there are various ways on how we can solve it, but I have a way which I think is really easy. So take a look at it and see if it is easy for you guys. So we know that ASIF is 3 and Ben is in the ratio of 7. So let's take ASIF as 3x. So ASIF and Ben as 4x. All right, guys. Now both of them added together is $2,100. So we have 3x plus 4x is equal to 2,100, right, guys? So 7x is equal to 2,100. X is equal to 2,100 over 7, which is equal to 300, right? Now we have not yet finished. They're asking how much that ASIF receive, right? So ASIF is 3 multiplied by 300, which is equal to $900. So we have $900 is what ASIF receives. All right, I really hope this step makes it easier for you guys. All right, guys. Now question number 10. What do we have here? The length of a truck L meters is 8.2 meter. Correct to 1 decimal place. Complete the statement about the value of L. So in this case, guys, you can put whatever value you want as long as it satisfies the equation. So what I want to put, let me put it as 8.15 is less than 8.2 meter, which is L, and we also can put maybe 8.25 here, right, guys? 8.25, right? So we see that L, which is 8.2 meter, is less than 8.25 and is more or equal to 8.15. All right, guys. Now this value you can put whatever you want as long as it suits the equation. All right, guys. Now let's go to the next one. All right, let's go to the next one. Now this is all we have for part 1, guys. Now from this page I'll be solving it in part number 2. All right, guys. All right, welcome back to part 2 of 0580 question paper. All right, guys. Now let's continue with question number 11. All right, now in this one, guys, we will be using laws of exponents, right? We'll be using the second law where we subtract the exponent. So here we have t to the power of 21 minus 7, which is equal to t to the power of 14. So we have t to the power of 14, right, guys? T to the power of 14. Now next one, guys, we'll also be using laws of exponents. So we use the power of power law, right, guys? So it's u to the power of 5 times 5, which is equal to u to the power of 25. Pretty easy, isn't it, guys? So we have u to the power of 25. All right, guys. Now next one, we will be using trigonometry here, all right? So we have angle theta here. We got to find the opposite and we know the hypotenuse, right? So which one can we use, guys? Think about it. So do you remember it? So we have SOHCAHTOA, right? SOHCAHTOA. So which one has opposite and hypotenuse? It is right here, right, guys? Opposite over hypotenuse. So let's write it down. So sine of 35 degrees is equal to x over 12, right, guys? Is equal to x over 12. So sine 35 degrees multiplied with 12 is equal to x. Now if we use the help of a calculator right here, we should get approximately 6.88, right? Approximately 6.88 centimeter. Approximately 6.88 centimeter. All right, guys. Now let us go to question 13. Question 13, guys. By writing each number correct to one significant figure, work out an estimate for p. You must show all the working. All right, so we are going to round it up. So what do we have here, guys? We have 2 plus 10 square over 2 plus 10 square over 6 minus 4, right guys? 6 minus 4. So we have 2 plus 100 over 2, right guys? Over 2, which is 102 over 2, which is equal to 51. It is equal to 51, right guys? So the answer that we have right here is 51. And do not forget to show all of the steps, all right guys? It's very, very important. Now next one, what they want you to do is they want you guys to use the calculator to find it, all right guys? Now if you use the calculator, we have 1.6 plus, now let me use the help of a calculator right here. So 9.6 to the power of 2 will give us 92.16. So 92.16 over 5.9 minus 4.3 will give us 1.6, right guys? 1.6. Now again, let's use the help of a calculator right here. 0.6 and divided by 1.6 is equal to, all right, is equal to 58.6 is equal to 58.6, guys. Is equal to 58.6, all right? Now let's go ahead to the next page, what we have here. So from the list of numbers, write down a multiple of 7. So this is pretty easy, guys. Just take a look at it. What do we have as the multiples of 7? So what we have is just 28, right? 28 divided by 7 is 4. Everything else is not a multiple of 7. A cube number. So we have 27 as a cube number. And that's pretty much it, right? Because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. 4 times 4 times 4 will give us 64. So which leaves us with only one answer, which is 27. Now next one, guys, we are looking for a prime number. Now 27 not a prime number, it can divide by 9, 3, right? 28 not a prime number, it can divide by 2, 4, 7. All right, guys. Now 29 is a prime number. 29 is a prime number because it can only divide by 1 and the number itself. Now 30 is an even number, so definitely not a prime number. 31 is a prime number, right? 32 is an even number, so not a prime number. And 33 can divide by 3, 11, right guys? So if a number has more than 2 factors, it's not a prime number. As simple as that, all right guys? Now let's get to question 15, all right? Let's get to question 15. Now without using a calculator, work out this one. All right, so first of all, guys, we see that the denominators are not equal, right? Denominators are not equal. So we will be finding the LCM. So LCM here, lowest common multiple is 6, right guys? So what we got to do is we got to multiply the second fraction with 2 over 2, right guys? So we have 5 over 6 plus 4 over 6, which is equal to 9 over 6, right guys? 9 over 6 is equal to 3 over 2, right? Now 3 over 2, we can also write it as a mixed fraction, which is 1 and 1/2, right? 1 and 1/2, all right guys? Now let's go to the next one right here. So these are the first 4 terms of the sequence. Write down the next term. So if you take a look at it, guys, 5. So here to here to here to here, it is adding by 3, right guys? So the next term will also add by 3. Now 14 plus 3 will give us 17, right guys? So the answer is 17, all right? Now finding for the nth term, all right guys, finding for the nth term. This is the way that I solve it, and I teach my students to solve it. So if we have here and each term is increasing by 3, when we find for the nth term, the first one is immediately multiplying with n. So 3 multiply with n, guys, all right? Now the next one we have still not solved. We have to also find the equation now. Now for us to find it, let's take it into the equation. So this is the first term, second term, third term, fourth term, fifth term, and going on to the nth term, right guys? So 3 times n, what do we have? So 3 times 1 is 3, right guys? Now what should we do with 3 to get us 5? We must add 2, right guys? We must add 2 to get us 5. Now let's check for one more term if this equation suits our equation, all right? So let's take the third term. So 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 will give us 11, all right guys? Therefore we have 3 multiplied by n plus 2, which is 3n plus 2, all right guys? 3n plus 2. Now that will be the end of part 2, guys. All right, that will be the end of part 2. Make sure you watch part 3, which will be the final part where we complete this paper, all right? Alright guys, welcome back to part number 3 in this trigonometry question, alright? So continuing with question number 17. So explain why triangle ABC and triangle PQR are similar. So if we take a look at it guys, we see that angle A, so angle A is congruent to angle P, right? Angle C is congruent to angle R, and we can say that angle B is congruent to angle Q. There we go, pretty much it. All right, now for finding AC guys, now we know that these two triangles are similar, so let's go ahead and find the scale factor. To say scale factor, all right, so we take a look at the given sides that we have, all right, and we need to find AC. So let me take this as X, all right. So let's find the scale factor first. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the corresponding side and we're going to write it as a proportion, right? So 6/18, which is 1/3, right guys, 1/3. So the value of AC will be 1/3 of the proportional side of the bigger triangle, right? So AC guys will be 1/3 of PR, right? So what do we have here? AC is equal to 1/3 of 27. Now we simplify, we have 9, right guys? Therefore AC is equal to 9 centimeter. All right guys, 9 centimeter. Now let's go to the next one. Let us go to the next one. Question 18, boys and girls. A car travels at a constant speed of 20 meter per second. Work out the time it takes for the car to travel 10 kilometer. All right, 10 kilometer. All right guys, so first of all, let's convert it into meter, right? So 10 kilometer is equal to 10,000 meter, right? So in order to find what is the total duration, we'll take 10,000 divide with 20, right? Divide with 20, which gives us 1000 over 2 is 500 seconds, right guys? 500 seconds. Now 500 seconds, if we divide with 60, so what do we have guys? So 500 divided with 60, right? We see that 6 times 60 times 8 is 48. So 480 minus 20, right guys? So it is 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So we have 8 minutes and 20 seconds. All right guys, 8 minutes and 20 seconds. Now let us go to the next one. So on each shape, draw all lines of symmetry. All right, draw all lines of symmetry. So this is pretty easy. We can draw a straight line right here. So we draw a straight line right here. We have two equal parts. The other line could be right here guys, right here. All right, so do not forget to draw a straight line with the ruler, of course. All right, now for the second one, we can draw one right here, right? We can draw one right here. We can draw one right here, right guys? Now we can also draw one right here in the middle of it, and we can draw one right here in the middle of this. So these are totally 4 correct lines of symmetry. All right guys, the next one, write down name of quadrilateral that has rotational symmetry of order 2 and exactly 2 lines of symmetry. All right, this is pretty easy. So we have rectangle and rhombus. All right, rectangle and rhombus. All right guys, because both of them have exactly 2 lines of symmetry and rotational symmetry of order 2. Now let us go to the next one guys. So what do we have here? The travel graph shows Michael's journey from his home to the beach. All right, so this is the beach, this home, so right here. So at what time did he start the journey? At what time did he start the journey guys? So as we can see here, what time did he start the journey? Let us see, he started at 8:10, right here. So this is 8, so 8:10, 8:20 and 8:30. So he started at 8:10, right guys? He started at 8:10. On the journey, he stopped for a rest. Find the distance he was from home when he stopped for the rest. So let us, so if you take a look at here guys, here's where he took the rest, right? Here's where he took the rest. There is no movement at all, right? Now let's take a look at it. At what distance was he? He was at 8 kilometers, right? So 8 kilometers. Now for how many minutes did he stop for? Now let's take a look at it. He stopped at 9:20. This is 9:20, right guys? 9:20, and he finished at 9:50. 9:50, right guys? So the duration was for 30 minutes, right? 9:20 to 950. Now explain how the graph shows that Michael traveled faster before he stopped and after he stopped. Now if you take a look at it, guys, the graph before he stopped was way steeper, so it was going more at a vertical way than after he took the rest, right? So you can just write it like the line is steeper. There you go, the line is steeper. All right, guys, now let us go to the next one. All right, here we go. The diagram shows a point P and line L. All right, so point P and line L. Write down the coordinates of point P. So point P is right here. Whenever we start with the x-axis going with the y-axis, right? So it's right here. The x-axis is at -3 and the y-axis is at -1. So the coordinates will be -3 and -1. All right, guys. Now let's find the gradient. Let's find the gradient of this line. So let's take a look at this, guys. So gradient is the rise over run, right? So let's take a look at this. So let me call this point A. Let me call this point B. So let's write down where is point A located. Point A is located at 2 and 2, right? 2 and 2. And point B is located at 0 and -1, right, guys? 0 and -1. So how do we find the gradient, guys? It is the rise over the run, right, guys? So what do we have? The rise is, let me take this, so the change in y-axis over the change in x-axis. So what do we have? 2 minus -1 over 2 minus 0, right, guys? Which is equal to 3 over 2, which is equal to 1.5. Right, guys, which is equal to 1.5. So the gradient is 1.5. Now write down the equation of the line in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. All right, y is equal to mx plus c. So we see that the gradient m is 1.5, so 1.5x, right? 1.5x. And where is our y-intercept? Y-intercept, which is c right here, is right here. It is meeting at -1. So y is equal to 1.5x minus 1. All right, guys, 1.5x minus 1. Now I really hope you enjoyed this series of video of this past paper, guys. Now if you did, do not forget to hit on that like button. I would really appreciate it a lot, and consider subscribing, guys, so you don't miss out on any future maths videos. And of course, comment below if you have a question or if you want me to do any other past papers. All right, until next time, guys, have a nice day.